Cassie was dreaming again. It was of old summers, the summers of bare feet, skinned knees, and homemade peach ice cream that dripped down her chin and made her fingers sticky. Aunt Lucinda rang the supper bell, and Cassie and Harriet raced each other past the gazebo toward the back porch, their sun-kissed legs pumping under white sundresses. The jangling of the dream bell seemed so real, Cassie felt she could touch the cold brass and make it stop. Her fingers touched Andrew's arm instead, his skin warm under her hand, and she jerked awake, the smells of summer grass and Aunt Lucinda's lavender perfume lingering somewhere in the back of her mind. But the jangling continued, filling Cassie with dread. She held her breath, looking at the glowing numbers on her clock, and listened for the next ring of the telephone. Only bad news came at 3 a.m. Births and engagements were always announced in the bright light of day, but bad news came at night, as if the sun were already in mourning. Andrew stirred briefly, then rolled over away from her. Rising from the bed, Cassie stumbled across the darkened bedroom and into the living room so as not to awaken him. She hit her little toe on a chair leg and let out an expletive, her choice of words the only thing still reminiscent of her background. "Dang nabbit," she muttered, reaching for the phone and knocking it off the table. She grappled with it on the floor before finally placing it to her ear. "Hello?" There was a brief pause, then, "Hi, Cassie. It's me. It's Harriet." Cassie's blood stilled as she gripped the receiver tighter. "Harriet," she said, her voice sounding strained and unsure to her ears. "How are you?" The words were so inadequate and stupid that she wanted to bite them back as soon as they left her mouth. It was 3 a.m. Her estranged sister was calling after nearly 15 years of silence, and she was asking about how she was in the same kind of voice in which she would ask a coworker if she liked sugar in her coffee. "It's Daddy. He's dying." A siren screamed outside in the dark beyond Cassie's window. She reached across the table and flipped on a lamp. "What happened?" The brilliant cut diamond in an antique platinum setting on her left hand sparkled in the dim light. Andrew came and sat next to her, his forehead creased with a question. Cassie put her hand over the receiver and mouthed, "My sister." "Hang on a second." Harriet's phone clunked as the sound of a baby's crying trickled through the line. It must be Amanda, Harriet's new baby. Cassie knew each child from pictures her father sent. There were 5 of them, spread evenly over 15 years of marriage. Each birth announcement from her father had opened the old wounds, scraping away the scabs, making Cassie bleed again. Harriet came back. "I'm sorry, the baby's been fussy all day." Cassie swallowed. "What's wrong with Daddy?" Harriet sounded as if she'd been crying. "He's had a heart attack. It was during his annual physical, so he was at the hospital when it happened, and they were able to treat him right away. We didn't think it was so bad, but he says he's dying. And you know, he always means what he says. He's in the hospital now, but he wants us to bring him home tomorrow. It was his idea to call you right now in the middle of the night. He says he won't rest in peace until both of his girls are here. He wants you to come home." Cassie didn't say anything, but listened to the sounds of the phone being put down again and of the fretting baby. She glanced over at Andrew, who had put his head back against the sofa and closed his eyes. Her gaze wandered the living room of the Upper West Side apartment they'd bought together as an engagement present to each other. Nothing in the cool, crisp space, with its black and white checkerboard of color and harsh angles, resembled the old house in which she'd grown up. The house with porch swings, ancient oaks, and screen doors. Just as the woman she had become no longer resembled the girl of 20 who had left the small town of Walton, Georgia, 15 years before without a backward glance.